In this video, we'll be taking a look at how a therapist can mark themselves as unavailable on the calendar if they have a scheduler or an administrative person who handles appointment scheduling for them, or even just assists with the scheduling. So a therapist has to be able to go to the calendar and block off certain times during the day or certain times during the week that they will not be available, so the person who is doing the scheduling can quickly see that on their schedule and not book appointments during those times. So to get started, I'm logged into TherapyZen as a clinician. I'm currently using Annie's account, and let's say Annie is going to be out of the office this coming Thursday, wants to make sure that nothing is booked for her that day. So she'll just simply come to her calendar here, which looks a little bit different than what the scheduler would see or what the administrative person would see. And all she'd have to do here is go to any time block here Thursday and double click the calendar. And when the appointment form loads up, all she needs to do is click on event here, because she's not scheduling an appointment, but what she's going to do instead is set her availability. So for the title, she would just type in unavailable. She could even put in some notes here in the description field if she liked. And then when she moves over to the start and end time, she could set a particular block of time that she won't be available that day. But for this example, we'll say she's going to be out all day. So all we have to do here is check this box, all day event, and save that. Okay, so if we're looking at her calendar, she now has this blocked off as unavailable this particular day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to what the scheduler or what the administrative person would see on the calendar who might be inclined to try to set up an appointment, but it can first check her availability for this particular day. Okay, so now I'm logged into TherapyZen as an administrator, and if I just go to the calendar, I can see my entire staff and see all their appointments for this Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and go to that Thursday, which Annie blocked off. And sure enough, there it is. So if I'm looking at Annie's schedule for that Thursday, I see she's unavailable, and that will prohibit me from going ahead and scheduling anything for her that day, unless for whatever reason she goes back to her calendar and frees up that particular time. Now, one particular exception to the unavailability is, let's say Annie is taking this day off, but got a last-minute call from a client that wants an emergency session. You, as an administrator, if you did contact Annie and she was willing to take that particular client that day, you still could go to the calendar and let's say at 1 o'clock that particular client wanted to come in. If I did double-click on that block, I could go ahead and schedule the appointment and save it to Annie's calendar, and it would appear there, and Annie would be able to take that client and actually fulfill that particular scheduled appointment.